Welcome to the movies, pal. Your Philly neighborhood Master Chaos back with you once again. And I've got to be honest, I'm sick and tired of Jason. I think I've had way too much Jason, but we're not done with the franchise just yet. We gotta talk about this one. Freddy vs. Jason, written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift, and directed by Ronnie Yu. This is the rumble in the jungle that we horror fans have been waiting for decades. We've all sort of fantasized about watching Freddy and Jason go at it. Not in the way you think. Let me rephrase the word fantasize. We've all had wet dreams. Okay, let me rephrase that. We've all considered the possibility of what Freddy vs. Jason would be. And then we got this movie. Does it live up to the expectations? Nah, it's pretty ass. However, this is a really tough nut of a movie to crack. In the special features alone, they talk about how they had 50 different versions of the movie, script-wise, before they settled on this. So you can imagine how difficult a nut this idea was to crack. Everyone thought it was a good idea. Oh yeah, of course. Freddy vs. Jason, that's gotta happen, but how does that happen? Well, I'll tell you. This movie finds Jason post-hell, or at least that's what we can assume. In the beginning of the film, we get this really clunky narration from Freddy, who, for some reason, has to explain the franchise to us. Hey, my name is Freddy, and I killed these kids, and I'm like a bad dude, and I kill kids, and I also lick photographs, and I'm weird, man. And then the people of the town burned me. And now I'm like a dream demon. Ha ha ha. But they've forgotten about me, bro. So what do, man? I need somebody to help me, remind the kids of Springwood all about your old pal Freddy. So what do? I know what to do. I scoured hell. I found Jason. I'm going to resurrect him. Fucking resurrect. Resurrect Jason. And use him as a puppet to kill kids in Springwood and make it look like Freddy's doing it. I don't know how the fuck why would people jump to that conclusion? Whatever. If they'd forgotten Freddy, they wouldn't say, oh, it's Freddy. They don't know who fucking Freddy is. Nobody knows who fucking Freddy is. Why would they say Freddy? Anyway, he resurrects Jason, sends him to Springwood. Our final girl, Lori, whether her name was given to her as an homage to Laurie Strode, sort of giving this a flavor of Halloween as well. That has not been cleared up as far as I know. Laurie lives in the house, the famous Nightmare on Elm Street house. Of course, this was Nancy's house, and now it's Laurie's house and her idiot friends, who are basically the kind of fodder you would find in a Jason movie. Jason goes there, kills one guy. He could have killed them all. Just kills one. Just the one guy. It's a great death. We'll come back to that death later. It's my favorite death in the movie, actually. Kills one guy. Shit goes nuts. Oh, man. You know who this could have been? It could have been Freddy. I think it was Freddy. Okay, so hold up, movie. Hold your fucking horses. You're telling me Freddy has resurrection powers. He has resurrection powers. He can bring a person that's in hell back to life. Okay. That means he can affect the real world. That's something Freddy cannot do. But okay. Maybe he's got demon powers. Okay, he can resurrect somebody. Are you telling me he can resurrect Jason, but this motherfucker cannot kill anybody? He's not strong enough to kill somebody? People have dreams. People always have dreams. In the beginning, Nancy and Tina didn't know who the fuck Freddy was, but they saw him, right? They saw him in their dreams. So what? What are you telling me? It wasn't like, oh, hey, have you heard about Freddy? Okay, good night. All right, I remember Freddy and I'm having a dream about him. That's not what happened. They didn't know who he was. They go, oh, it was a guy in his dirty sweater and he had knives for fingers. Okay. How would change now? That Freddy, oh, they don't know me. They forgot me. I'm so sad. I gotta bring back a fucking zombie so that people can remember me? Lame. Lame. Stupid ass. Lame. But again, my dude, this is a very difficult story to crack. Almost too difficult. Almost as if they probably shouldn't have made this movie. But it is made, and it is what it is. I'm not going to go into the plot any more than that little small rant. Basically, that's the case. That's what happens. Freddy resurrects Jason and says, hey, go kill some kids. And then Freddy gets pissed because somehow he just magically gets strong again. We don't know how. He just suddenly gets strong again. And then he tries to kill some kids. And then Jason kills them first. And he gets mad. And then he's like, oh, no, I don't like this. This guy's taking my juice. Do they fight each other? Yes. About an hour and 5 minutes is when they have their first fight. And then an hour and 17 minutes into the movie is when they have the big finale. And I gotta be honest, that big fight is super fucking radical. It is an amazing fight. So it's worth the price of admission alone. So yeah, I give the movie some leeway on the crap plot and the horrible acting. I mean, we're talking the worst acting in the franchise. That's saying a lot. I know. But this is some of the worst acting I've seen, mainly from like the main kids. Not everybody. Linderman, the kid who plays Linderman, is really good. Forget his name. I'll put his name down below. He's a really good actor, really believable. But Monica Keena as Laurie is beautiful, but awful. And I hate to say that about anyone, especially someone as beautiful as Monica Keena. But gosh, she has trouble with words. There are roughly 22 kills in this movie. I say roughly because I'm counting the ravers that get slashed to bits by Jason in the cornfield. And there's a couple of incidental deaths. So I believe Dead Meat has it at 17. But one of those, they count 6 ravers. So I'm getting 16 plus 6. We're going with 22 as far as my count is. But there's a couple of other characters that aren't counted, like the little girl and the sheriff and things like that. 22. Let's just say 22 because who gives a shit? 22 deaths in the movie. It's a lot of deaths, but all of it is very much, what's the word? Superfluous. I think superfluous is the best way to put it. It doesn't really matter who dies, because all of it is just fodder. It's almost like there's a preponderance of fodder in this movie, which is not a good thing. I count 4 nude scenes in this movie, and a few of them I have to sort of add a caveat to. One of them is a plastic surgery magazine, and there's a topless woman in there. I counted that. And the other one is when Catherine Isabel, one of Laurie's friends, goes into the shower after having sex with the first guy to get killed. And she steps into the shower, and she's got massive boobs. We see her from high up. Massive boobs. Now, if anybody knows the actress, Catherine Isabel, beautiful actress, great actress. She's actually one of the best actors in the film. She doesn't last too long, unfortunately. She's very humble when it comes to the chesticles. And the person who stepped into that shower was not Catherine Isabel. So, I'm counting that because it's nudity. But that is a body double for Catherine Isabel. Just wanted to highlight that. In case you're wondering, Catherine Isabel does not really get naked in this movie. But 4 nude scenes for Freddy versus Jason. Fave kill goes to Catherine Isabel's boyfriend. He is the first real kill in the movie, and he gets stabbed in the back with a machete, and then the bed is folded, together like a sandwich. Almost as if, like a rollaway bed. He's folded in there. His spine is bent backward like this. So if he's like this, okay, so his spine, okay, I can't do that. So maybe like this, and then his back bent like this, so like his head is here and his butt is here. So his head touches his ass kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my fave kill in the movie. That's really great. Really inventive, very unique. It's very much it's a modern Jason kill, but the addition of the bed, makes it very Freddy Krueger as well. So, in a way, it's kind of an ingenious kill. My favorite kill, for sure. I don't remember his name. Who cares what his name is? He's dead. He's on the bed. He was a jerk in the beginning. He had sex with Catherine Isabel, and now he's a fucking panini. Our final girl is Laurie, played by Monica Keena, and despite being a really awful deliverer of lines, she is equal parts Nancy Thompson and typical Jason final girl. She's fine. The script gives her a lot of heavy lifting to do. She's the exposition person. She is the badass when she needs to be person. She's the scared, damsel in distress when she needs to be. She almost is very unrealistically written because she has to do so much, because she has to jump through so many hoops, story-wise in her head, so many leaps in logic that then it's like, well, how the hell did you come to that conclusion? How did she even know to do this? Or why would she even think that this would work? Things like that. But, when you make a movie like this, you gotta make certain allowances, and she's the character that we have to make the most allowances for. Fave line goes to Freddy, of course, because he gets all the best lines, and that's when he turns to Kelly Rowland, who wants to sort of distract him towards the finale of the film, and he says, "How sweet, dark meat," which is, of course, a reference to one of his more famous lines. Great line, it's a nice throwback. It's fun to hear him say, stupid shit like that. And I'll be honest, when I was watching the movie, I know she's from something, but I didn't remember the band, that she was in. First I thought, is that Salt and Pepper? Is she Peppa? Is it TLC? Is she Left Eye or whatever the hell the other one is? Left Eye, isn't that her name? Anyway, so I had to look it up. Who is Kelly Rowland? For those of you who don't know, I'm probably the only one. I doubt it, though. Destiny's Child. She's from Destiny's Child, Beyonce's old band. And she's fucking awful. Awful, awful. Oh, God. Every time she talked, it hurt my ears. Ouch. I'm not going to go into lore or mythology because I feel this is so outside of the realm of reality for either franchise that I feel it would do a disservice to specifically Friday the 13th. So I'm not going to talk lore. However, I'm just going to point out a couple things that, made me go, Number one, why is Jason a black guy in this? He's a black guy. Jason's a black guy. I'm sorry. I've seen fucking, 9, 10 movies? What the fuck are we at? I'm like lost. 11 movies. This is 11 movies in. Jason is a white man, stupid bald hair, maybe sometimes with a little, redneck red hair. Jason in this is a black man. He's got a black head. Number two, there's a scene after the big sort of murder sequence that happens with the folded bed guy. The night right after, Lori and her friends decide to go to a party in a cornfield, and they're like drinking and partying and having fun. They just got 2 friends. One of them almost died right in front of them. They had to deal with 2 friends' murders, and they go to a party. Like the next night, they're going to a party. And Catherine Isabel is there. Her boyfriend was just killed. She saw the body. She's at a fucking party getting drunk? What? Okay, you just lost your entire audience right there. I don't give a shit about these kids. These kids are completely cardboard characters with no heart, no feelings, no emotions, and no sense of reality. Nancy Thompson, now that's a final girl. Sidney Prescott, that's a final girl. Why? Because the deaths, the situations, affect them in a realistic way. Number 3, who did the CG on this? Because it is awful. I mean, some CG holds up now and then. Actually, no, I take that back. No CG holds up. But specifically in this movie, what the hell was that, like, Alice in Wonderland worm thing? It was ass. Kim Kardashian's ass times 1,000 moons. Like, the size of the moon 1,000 times, and then an ass. That is the CG worm. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. It sucked. It basically sucked. Will, who is Laurie's boyfriend, is played by Jason Ritter, who is John Ritter's son. Now, this was directed by Ronnie Yu. Ronnie Yu made Bride of Chucky, which is a wonderful, superior film to this. Of course, had a better writer. But that movie has issues. I know a lot of people dislike it for various reasons. But superior film. Anyway, John Ritter's in that. Jason Ritter's in that. I'm sure he got the part here because his dad was like, hey, you got to hit up Ronnie and tell him, yo, I'm John's kid. I'm the real problem child. Get me in there. Anyway, he plays Will. And him and his friend escape a mental hospital. Remember that. They escape a mental hospital because they found out that there was a murder and Laurie's in danger and they want to warn her about Freddy. They escape a mental hospital. Nobody is looking for them. Nobody. There's no cops, no doctors, no nothing. Hey, we got a couple of escaped mental patients. Nope. Not even part of the plot. And they know about Freddy. That he's not forgotten, man. What are you talking about? How is he forgotten? He's not forgotten. Yes, they're taking a drug that prevents dreams. But they can still talk about Freddy. Right? And then put that on somebody else's head? In one scene, Freddy possesses somebody. He can't do that. It's the CGI worm part. It jumps into like the pothead dude's mouth. And Freddy possesses this person. In real life, not in a dream. He can't do that. Nope. Can't do that. Nope. 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 Why does Freddy need to even fight Jason? He has the power of resurrection. He is literally God. If he can resurrect Jason, unresurrect him, you idiot. What are you fighting him for? This isn't a wrestling movie. Speaking of Jason, why in the name of Jehoshaphat is he afraid of water? They make a big point of this. When we go into Jason's nightmare and Freddy's kicking his ass in the beginning. In the beginning of their fight, an hour and 5 minutes into the movie. Jason is about to cut Freddy down, but he stops because a little waterfall is preventing him. Like a little sheet of water, like a little gentle trickle of water. He goes, "Oh, I'm scared of water." What fucking stupid shit is that? What the hell is that? Jason is not afraid of water. He lives in water. In every movie, he's been in water. He's been in the water. He is in the water all the time. He comes out of the water. He goes back into the water. I'm giving Freddy vs. Jason 1 star. This was really bad. Really, really bad. It's really more of a goofball comedy than a straight horror picture. And it's honestly more of a Freddy movie than it is a Jason movie. Jason is almost used like a henchman, which is a shame. Because, poor Jason doesn't really get a chance to shine here. It's honestly the Freddy show because he is the main thrust of the plot. Without him, there wouldn't be Resurrection. There wouldn't be Jason loose in Springwood and things like that. So it's more of a Freddy movie than it is a Jason movie. I don't think it's a 50-50 split at all. Funny enough, one of the behind the scenes, Sean Cunningham claims that it was his idea. Then a little bit later, Bob Shea from New Line claims that it was Paramount's idea. Whoever had the idea is probably, very rich, but also should have shot themselves in the head. Because honestly, there was no way to make this movie good. There's no way. Although, I don't know that I would sit through 50 scripts, but I'd like to read at least maybe the top 3 rejected Freddy vs. Jason scripts. Like, I feel there might be a good movie in here, but this is so convoluted. It's a kind of movie that... here's the thing. This is a kind of movie that works as far as you are able to suspend your disbelief. If you can suspend your disbelief real far, you'll like it. I mean, it's a fun movie. I'm overanalyzing. Like I said, I'm going to be brutal. I'm overanalyzing. But... if you can suspend your disbelief enough, you're fine. It's a good enough movie. There's kills. Freddy does verse Jason at the end. Mostly they're working together. So it's like it's more like Freddy meets Jason, I think would be a better title. When Freddy met Jason and they have posters like when Harry met Sally, that would have been great. I don't want them to fuck. I'm just saying, it would have been interesting if they kind of played off of that, because they really just kind of team up more than work against each other. A very expensive fan film, I guess, is the best way to put it. As far as I'm concerned, the Jason franchise died with Part 6. I'd say Part 6 is probably the last good one. Part 7 is okay, but it has issues. Part 8, forget that. Fuck that shit. Part 9 is not a Jason movie. Part 10 is fan fiction. This is even more fan fiction, which is a shame. However, I do have good news. The remake is coming up Spoiler alert, I consider the remake the best Jason movie ever made. The features on this disc are not new to this release or to anything that Scream Factory brings to the table. This is all from the original release, DVD Blu-ray release of Freddy vs. Jason. There's a commentary with Ronnie Yu and Robert Englund and Ken Kirzinger, who steps into the Jason mantle here. We saw him last in Jason Part 8. Watch that review if you haven't, and you'll see what I mean. There's a ton of featurettes. There's a 12-part VFX breakdown. There's a couple docs. There's one on stunts that runs about 20 minutes. There's a lot on here. There's a lot of featurettes and things like that. They're all dated. Nothing is new. Just keep that in mind. If you have this already, and you've seen the special features on it, then you're covered. There are no new to Scream Factory special features on this release. Woo! And there you have it. I am exhausted. That has been my look at Freddy vs. Jason. It's time to close the theater down, pal. I hope you've enjoyed this look. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of Freddy vs. Jason. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you do, I'll see you tomorrow. Master Chaos comes at you daily, either with one of my daily vlogs or with an episode of Master Chaos Theater, in which case I'll probably come at you twice. My friend, I hope this video has found you happy, healthy, and well. I'm going to put Jason and Freddy to bed for now. But until we meet again, please remember, I love you. I have been your Philly Neighborhood Master Chaos, and you have been entertained.